My name is Brian Meyer. I am a senior explosive ordnance disposal technician, retired from the Marine Corps. Those are where those sensors line up. Then the leg is a microprocessor knee.
It's important to recall why America and our allies were compelled to fight a war in Afghanistan in the first place. We did not ask for this fight. On September 11, 2001, 19 men hijacked 4 airplanes and used them to murder nearly 3,000 people.
There was stuff going on, and I felt compelled to get involved. And now we went to war. I mean, this is my time.
Al-Qaeda's base of operations was in Afghanistan. And only after the Taliban refused to turn over Osama bin Laden, we sent our troops into Afghanistan. The United Nations Security Council endorsed the use of all necessary steps to respond to the 9/11 attacks. America, our allies, and the world were acting as one to destroy Al-Qaeda's terrorist network and to protect our common security.
You know, I've always been, that little kid that was always interested in guns. My mom's got an old storybook that I wrote, like a children's book when I was a child, and there's just me blowing stuff up in there. You know, it's just kind of one of those things, I guess, that I was always drawn to that. I never really focused on it much until high school. I realized I was really not cut out for college. You know, the military had always been there, and it was just like, it was the obvious choice for me. It was what I needed at the time as well. I was in Pensacola, Florida, being trained up as a radar technician when September 11th happened, 2001. And originally, especially being in air traffic control at the time, everybody was kind of looking at it as like, was this an air traffic control issue? And then, when the second plane hit, it was like, oh, heck no. This is no air traffic control issue. And then the bases got locked down, which is pretty interesting to be a part of being in the military at that time. And I felt compelled to get involved. As it was like, this is what I joined for. And now we went to war. I mean, this is my time. Was there anxiety? Was there fear or anything like that when it was like, oh, I'm gonna go to Iraq? For sure. But the biggest thing, and I think it's with everyone, it's like you just wanna know how you're gonna handle the really stressful situations. Are you gonna be able to do what you need to do? I've seen a lot of guys get hurt and killed, so it wasn't, this isn't gonna happen. It's gonna happen, it's just to what extent will it happen and how bad will it be? If you're gonna die of old age and in a nursing home and all that crap, surrounded by people who are tolerating you, how cool on the other side of that coin would it be to die young in a war? I don't wish anything on anybody ever, but that's a glorious death. You know what I mean? And I think not too many people understand that because, I don't know, maybe they're too scared. Like they can keep it for longer or something like that. When it's your time, you know? I was working in Sangin, Afghanistan. We get a call from the squad that's on the very edge of our AO that they've got something, and it's definitely something. So we were down there. It was a road, and it had a 3-foot high wall that channeled you down the road. Now, what they told us was, oh, there's a bomb in the road. Oh, so you must want me to walk right up this road and sweep for bombs. I'm not gonna do that. So I sweep around and I come at it at a weird angle that I just think would be the weirdest angle ever to mitigate, because it's bomber versus bomber right now. So I'm trying to, or I should say spy versus spy, you know? So it's like, I gotta be the bomber, how would I kill me? And I actually have a metal detector with me, and I'm swinging my metal detector and I locate a metal source basically. and it's in this ant pile, which is phenomenal because if you kick over an ant pile, the next day the ants have restructured that ant pile. It doesn't look like anybody has messed with it. So what a genius idea to put your pressure plate inside the ant pile. I had never seen that before. I take apart the majority of the bomb remotely at the end of a hook and line because it was in the road and we were mitigating. Basically, we didn't want to blow up their road. One, because we were trying to establish a relationship. So they were like, Brian, please don't blow it up in the road. No problem, man, I can get it out of the road. Or we can just say, F these people, and we can blow it up in the road. Whatever you want me to do. I'm like, you tell me. Nah, let's get it out of the road. No big deal. So I hook up to the jug, the main charge. It's basically a 3-liter antifreeze jug. And we hook up, and I don't have a whole lot of line on mine. I got about, like 150 feet of line or something like that. So I read my line. I feels like the jug kind of comes out of the dirt. And I go back down there, and it looks like the jug has come out of its emplacement, but sort of slumped back into it. And then when I grabbed it, it was when it went off. So I didn't hear the explosion, but I woke up right as I hit the ground. It felt like somebody had just pulled me onto my back. I couldn't feel anything. I couldn't assess anything. The only thing I could assess was that I had all my teeth, because all I could do is run my tongue over my teeth. And I was like, well, teeth are there, and I can kind of see. And then my guys were on top of me. Now I'm telling them as much as I can tell them. Right before I got blown up, we got a call that we had another bomb to go take care of. So it was this thing where I got blown up. Now I'm on my back, and I'm telling them, you're gonna go from this one, and you're gonna go prosecute another IED. So you need to get your heads in the game. You need to hit the reset button right now and get ready, because it ain't stopping for you, And everything goes smooth once again. It's like, hey man, is my penis still there? Guy checks, still there, winner. And then the chopper comes, and away I go. And from then on out, it was extremely fast recovery. So from the date of my injury in Afghanistan to being outpatient in San Diego was about 30 days. And then it just started the long haul of learning how to use the prosthetics, which in my opinion, that learning curve was fairly short, and it's one of those things that's, do you want to be in the wheelchair or do you want to walk around your prosthetic leg? For me, that's a no-brainer. I hate being in a wheelchair. So I got really proficient at walking around my prosthetic leg. The leg is a microprocessor knee. The way it works is there's a bunch of accelerometers in this pylon down here that tell the computer how to regulate the flow of whatever fluid is inside the cylinder. Before I can even really remember a lot, I remember the ladies in red, the Semper Fi Fund ladies, and they're right there talking with my folks, making sure that they have everything that they need so that they can just focus on my recovery. And then them coming to me and saying, listen, you have any needs whatsoever, you make them known and we're gonna take care of it. You just focus on recovering. The Semper Fi Fund transitions from the hospital to, hey, now you're back at your house. I lived in a 2-story house. They were like, what do we need to do to make this your home again? They compensated lost wages. They said, don't worry about taking vacation time. They said, don't worry about hotel. They said, don't worry about rental car. Bam, 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 bam. We got you covered. And that's something that just takes your breath away. Because you never really think about all that stuff, At least I didn't. Even though I was thinking about dying, thinking about being hurt, you never really think about everything else that trickles down to. They helped me with my service dog, which is my Great Dane. It was my family dog, and I didn't want another dog, and I was like, can you train Veritas to be my service dog? And they were like, yes, no doubt, like anything you need. And then I was told the Semper Fi Fund, I was like, if there's anything that I can do to pay it forward, I don't want to, and if the buck stops here, I want to make sure guys have the same opportunities that I had, which, I didn't have any wants, They were all taken care of. And I just want to make sure that that's still available for the guys that come behind me, because it's just going to be another 10 years or so, and then, or who knows what, before we're at it again. So my injuries affect my day-to-day life in almost every aspect, in that I obviously need to put my leg on in the morning, but not having the 8 fingers that I'm missing dexterity is an issue, but it's one of those things that it can always be worse, you know what I mean? And when I catch myself getting frustrated with things, I have other friends that did lose their penis. Other guys that are just, I mean, super tough guys, and I just don't know if I can handle their injuries, you know? Just because I know how I can handle these, but I don't know if I can handle theirs. You know, everything's different. I drive a normal car. I don't have any adaptive equipment in it. I go hunting. I try to find the most extreme, ridiculous hunts to get on. It's not that I'll get there fast, but I'll get there eventually. And it's just, hunting is everything that I love about the military with nothing I don't like. And there's nothing ADA compliant about the outdoors. So it's one of those things that always focused me in my recovery. So people always ask me whether or not, knowing what I know now and the experiences that I have now, if I could do it all over again, would I do everything the same? That's an obvious no, I wouldn't. Obviously, nobody wants to be hurt like that. I wouldn't trade my arm and my leg for anything. But I look at it more like this. It's a poker game. I got dealt this hand, but this hand I got dealt, as long as I don't fold, I'm gonna win. So I will sit at this poker table for as long as I can, you know, because I will always win as long as I don't fold. I really don't have any regrets. And a lot of people come up to me too, and I especially see it in older people, because they look at me and they see me and they're like, they try not to cry because they think, oh, this poor guy's life's over. And if they could see me, they'd realize that that's the exact opposite, you know? I live a charmed life, you know? I get to wake up in the morning and pretty much do whatever I want to do. And I get to live in this amazing country, you know? And this country is just, you know, the land of milk and honey. I mean, I'm basically sponsored to do whatever the heck I want to do in life, you know? And I just think about those people in Iraq and Afghanistan that would try to kill themselves to kill me. Every day that I live my life to the fullest, I stand in opposition to them. And it's like I'm fighting the war on terror by having fun and spreading the good word. And I hope, you know, they see that photo and they realize it's like, you can't stop us. You know, it's like you can kill us and we're just gonna keep coming. You're gonna hurt us and all we're gonna do is smile with the blood in our teeth. There's nothing you can do about it. And it's just like, you will lose, one way or the other. But live your life to the fullest, you know, you only got one of them. Nobody gets out alive, you know. Get a little secure with your mortality, you know. Enjoy life, you only get one of them. I've never killed anybody. I took a shot at a guy once, and we thought he had a radio, and we went down. He had actually ran into this little hut, and it was like, this guy's done. And we went down there instead of just blowing the hut up, and it just turned out that he was a super young guy with his super young wife, and he was listening to like an AM radio. So the one time that I really took a shot at a guy and tried to kill him, I missed him. And once we got down there, I was so glad that I had missed him, because, you know, granted the shot was good. It would have been like, I would have not been held to any, I would have no repercussions, because it looked like an ICOM. But at the same time, like, I don't want to kill anybody just to kill anybody. Like, I want to kill terrorists. I don't want to kill Afghanis or Iraqis. And I saw that guy and I was like, whoo, you know, thanks for bumping me off that guy, you know, like whatever, because I enjoy my clear conscience. I like sleeping good at night.